I will make a clear understanding on the divergence and curl of the vector, that how you could understand this. First of all, look, there is an area I have selected, that is area of electric field. The area or a subject or a matter that the electric field will pass. Then I have just make a color change. The red colors will be the electric field pass through electric fields passing through to the body, that is the electric field. The electric fields are there. So what does it means? The divergence means the enclosed surface area. The electric field intensity depends on the volume charge density. That means how much charge there it resides. That is the particular factor, and it is volume charge density, and that will be divided by the epsilon naught, that is the permittivity of the free space, that how much it will make pass through to the surface. Okay, permittivity means that it will allow some electric field passing through to this body. That means this permittive space means that how much it will give chance the electric field to pass through, and how much charge that will feel the electric force. So rho divided by epsilon naught. Okay, last thing is that the curl of electric field intensity is equal to 0. Curl means the direction. So if electric field passes through a direction like this, I have made to color like this. Just look, if electric field passes through a certain loop, if it starts to this point and ends through that point, so the total electric field that loss, or total electric field or force that is known as electromotive force, EMF, it will be 0. It's like that. The KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law. If there are voltage drops in different parts of using resistors, as we know, it is just like similar, that the voltage drop this, the voltage drop there, and the voltage drop here, all will be equal to the source voltage or EMF, as you know. So that is the similarity between these two theorems. Okay, so the curl of E vector means that if it stands to this point and ends to that point, the total energy loss will be 0. Okay, the total summation of the energy loss. Okay, so that is the curl of electric field to the similarity of our Kirchhoff's voltage law. Sorry, my dear students, I have got cold, so there might be some interruptions of my video. These two equations are known as the as the integration of these two equations, so that this equation we get a divergence theorem, that is divergence theorem from we get, and there will be two theorems that we will use, Stokes theorem and divergence theorem. Then we will understand that the Gauss's law and all others. So they will hold at every point in space. That means as we know, del dot E means rho divided by epsilon naught. If we take volume integral in both sides of that equation, we can prove Gauss's law. That is the proof of Gauss's law through this equation, through the equation of electric field intensity. The first equation, if it is the equation number 1, if we want to find out Gauss's law through this equation, first of all we have to take the volume integral in both parts. That is the volume integral in both parts. Delta EV and rho divided by epsilon naught delta V dV. This, and if we take volume integral on each side, epsilon naught is constant, so it will go outside and we will calculate rho dv and del v, that is both sides arbitrary volume v, we take the volume integral. Okay, we will prove Gauss's law with this equation. Okay. Now if we take divergence theorem in that position, we will understand this. That is the volume integral of the divergence of it. That is not a divergence theorem. If we make a volume integral to a divergence of a vector, divergence means the dot product of this partial differential equation. If we do this, divergence theorem states that this thing will totally convert to a vectorical sign of a surface, closed surface integral of electric field intensity, closed surface, that is A. This vector will be changed like this, A closed surface integral, then it will be a vector sign and dot product of this surface, differential surface, that is also a vector sign. As you can see, as it is del dot E, so that will be converted closed surface integral. That means its integration will be directed on a closed surface integral S, that is closed sign, and then it will come E, and then it will come to the point of S, that is ds. It is the ds, and as we know, in a closed surface, taking the volume integral of rho, that means rho means the volume charge density, that is coulomb per meter cube. Okay, if we integrate the total volume, that means the total meter cube. Okay, so we will get the total charge out of it. As we know, rho divided by that is rho means coulomb divided by meter cube. That means it is a part of each charge that carry the total body. If we integrate it, we will get the total rho. Total rho means the q, total charge. Then it will convert it to q, and we get, by this rho dv, we get q divided by epsilon naught, and that is the basic of the Gauss's law. As we know, that is the basic of the Gauss's law. Yes, from Gauss's law we know here q is the total charge contained in the volume V bounded by the surface. So it is the Gauss's law that states the total outward flux of the electric field intensity over any closed surface in free space is equal to the total charge enclosed in the surface divided by epsilon naught. From the equation we can now write that the total outward flux of the electric field intensity over any closed surface in free space is equal to the total charge enclosed in the surface of divided by epsilon naught. That is the Gauss's law. Thank you very much for being with me. I will show another thing, Stokes theorem. How can you get Kirchhoff's voltage law by this?